We now call to order the December 10th Mayor Council meeting for the city of LaFayette to order at this time. At our last meeting, we began with a pledge of allegiance in honor of all of our veterans in the city and in Chambers County. Tonight, instead of doing invocation, I'd like to ask everyone if they'd bow their heads in a moment of silence in memory of former Mayor Robert Finley, who served this city very well. So if you would at this time, we'll have a moment of silent prayer. Amen. Ms. Diane, would you do a roll call, please?
Yes, Councilmember Curdy.
Here.
Councilmember Tony Thomas.
Here.
Councilmember Michael Ellis.
Here.
Councilmember Tammy Williams. Mayor Moody.
Here. Do we have a motion to approve the reading of the minutes of November 15th special call council meeting?
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. At this time, I'm going to ask Captain Trice to fill in right here for Chief Rampy and talk to us about the Sunoco down there.
Mr. Mayor and Council, I would like to propose that for Saul Ijaz be granted his license for sale alcohol to complete all the paperwork, turn everything in. Hopefully start selling alcohol.
Okay. And Sunoco is the lickety split, as some have referred to it. It's down on Highway 50, where 50 and the bypass join together right there. So you've had Captain ask the council to consider that. So what is the pleasure of the council?
I make a motion that we grant the alcohol sale license.
I second the motion that we grant alcohol sale license.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to grant the Sunoco discount store the alcohol and beer license. All in favor say aye. Ready to roll call? Okay.
Councilmember Curdy.
Yes.
Councilmember Thomas.
Yes.
Councilmember Ellis.
Yes.
Councilmember Williams.
Yes.
Mayor Moody.
Yes. Chief Cotton, if you would, it's been brought to our attention about a cardiac monitor.
Yes,
So just kind of bring everybody up to date where we are, where it would be used, and
Good afternoon, Mayor, Council. We spoke of this, basically when we discussed the budget. Basically what it is, we have 3 ambulances, 2 of which are being utilized as ALS trucks, meaning full cardiac monitors. We can do everything as paramedic. The third truck is basically a backup truck, and it's equally as new and it's just as good of a piece of equipment, but it lacks a cardiac monitor. And what I mean by that is, like, if we have major events, as far as like rodeos, 2 home games going on at one time, that stresses us out and taxes our resources, because we can't be at every game and provide a service to the citizens like we should be able to. So I'd like to, ask if we could at least be looking into how much it would cost to replace get a new monitor. And I'd like to also look at purchasing just 3. Look at it like the purchase of 3 complete new monitors, get a price on that. Get a price on possible refurbished monitors with a warranty. Or if we can't afford those 2, then we'll just go and look at replacing or just purchasing 1 new one for the third truck. There's been some changes to the technology on those. We have to when we run a cardiac strip, we have to link up to our phone and send it to the hospital that's gonna be receiving the patient. That way, if it's a MI or a heart attack, then basically we have to, we're letting them know, letting the cardiologist go ahead and read that strip if we think that's what it is, and gets the team ready. So it's a great help. In the past, they've ran anywhere from $30,000 to $37,000. So, you know, it's gonna be an expense, but I just like the commission to start looking into that and get quotes for those.
I make a motion that we allow Chief Cotton to research the information that he's asking us to have for the cardiac monitors, so that we will be able to save a life if needed.
You've heard his request and you've heard the motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. And I think everybody understands what we're allowing you to do is to go out and take in bids. And we stated on here for the third ambulance. However, you'd like to take a look at what it would be needed for the 3 up to date, changing one, or even going to the third. So all we're doing is allowing, with this motion, you to pursue the cost. And we'll come back at a later time and discuss it.
Can I make a comment? Also with that, what about us contacting Chambers County and see if they would help us with cost on some of that stuff? Because like our ambulance is running all over Chambers County, and the little money we get every year from them, I think they should be able to assist us in paying for some of the stuff that we're providing to the county.
You wanna do that before he come back with the prices, or?
Let him go ahead and do his research, get the prices, and then we send a letter or somebody talk to county commission about them helping us with the cost of some of this equipment for ambulance service.
I think that's a great idea.
So, and back, so the motion is to allow Councilmember Williams to you to move forward with looking at the cost, and that's what we have on the table.
Yes, sir.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you, and then later on, we'll take a look at each one and take a look
I'll
at
try to
how
have
we want to
something
proceed.
by next month. I'll try to have something next month.
Okay, sounds good. Do we have any questions for any one of the department heads monthly report? Ann, would you talk about the bid recommendation for the inhibitor?
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council.
Good evening.
We sent out 3 different bids for this corrosion inhibitor because on the first 2 bids, people that we normally buy the Q9 for did not bid. So on the 3rd bid, instead of bidding for Q9, we bid for corrosion inhibitor, but we also requested they send their MSDS sheet, which lets us know what the ingredients are in the product. After receiving the bids for the 3rd time, they finally bidded on the Q9 in the 3rd bid. But because I didn't request Q9 and we did the just the corrosion inhibitor, I had to take into consideration everybody that sent in a bid and their MSDS sheet. So after reviewing all the MSDS sheets, none of the people that bid the ingredients were the same as the Q9 or were even equal amount. So as a result, I have determined that those bids are non-responsive bids because using another product could cause problems throughout the system. So therefore, I recommend we accept the following bid for corrosion inhibitor Q9 at $1.55 a pound. So I'm making a request that y'all accept the bid on that.
I saw that in the package, and that was $1.55
Per pound.
per pound, and then the size,
It's 393 pound wrong.
okay.
So moved.
I have a motion to accept the bid of $1.55.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. On B right here, it's time to appoint a municipal workers' compensation safety coordinator for the 2019 year. With this, we get a discount from our workers' compensation. The past safety coordinator has been Lewis Davidson. At last year's meeting, where we had the designated doctor or medical group, we had used Vester's Health Clinic. And then because we had the quality of life on board, that was added for 2018. So I'm only stating what we have for 2018. If we'd like to move forward with that for 2019, or if there's any other suggestion.
I make a motion that we move forward with what we have. Lewis Davidson as our safety coordinator, and we use Vester and Quality Healthcare as our emergency or non-emergency job-related injury companies.
A second.
We have a motion, we have a second. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Thank you for that. About the calendar that Diane gave me right here, Lewis had asked that we take a look at the February 11th council meeting, because on February 12th will actually be a special election that we'll be having for Matt Hurst, replacing his position. And the council room right here will already be set up on the 11th with equipment for the election on the 12th. He and I talked today. I would like to ask the council to consider February the 19th at noon. The reason for that is 1 week after the election, we have to canvass the vote to make it official. So we're going to have to meet that day no matter what to make the election official. And if there's anything else that he's bringing up, we could do it at the same time.
No, it's not a good time for me.
We may need to check and follow. Now, I do know by noon on the 19th, we have to make it official, and that was just a date that he gave me. So,
I mean, you all can,
No,
I'm just saying
yeah.
noon is not good for me.
the,
That has nothing to do with the other three council
I can do it.
members.
I agree. That's all correct. You said no, what day?
that would be on Tuesday the 19th. Now, we're supposed to meet that date just to
I'll be at
canvass,
work, but you know, I can get,
canvass the election.
I can get with Craig and talk to him, and he'll let me come on. You know,
Well, if it would be okay, could we put it in a form of a motion to change it? Should we know that we're gonna have to have 4 to canvass the election, so we have some time between now and then, someone else can come up with another date.
Yeah, I think it would be great to go ahead and schedule it like you're talking about doing, and then, you know, when Councilmember McCurdy confirms he'd be here, because it's gonna be imperative we have a quorum. And then if it looks like we won't have a quorum, then we'll need to reset it and make sure it's something that works for Ms. Williams or Ms. McCurdy, whichever one. I just think it's important that we stay on top of it and not let that slip.
Well, I make a motion to that effect, that we use that tentative date to have a meeting.
That would be February the 19th, where we canvass the election. It would just count as one of our meetings for that month. We have the motion. We have a second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to canvass the election at noon on February 19th, to serve as one of our meetings for February. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? If for some reason we find out that we can't do it at that date, we'll put this back on the agenda at either the end of December meeting or the first meeting in January. Councilmember Williams had mentioned about the possibility of changing the time. Were we discussing 6 to 5:30?
Yes, we were.
It was brought up, so we just put it back on the agenda.
For the fall.
During the winter time,
The winter season.
kind of like the time changes and everything like that, but we've been doing it at 6 o'clock. And sometimes we're asking department heads and different ones, Lewis and everyone, to stay over. So,
Keep it at 5 o'clock.
yeah, but I mean, we would, now we could word a motion if we want to word it. I'm just only bringing it up so when we vote on it. that we change the meeting time to 5:30 until further notice. So we, at that point in time, if we saw, we wanted to make a date change for some reason. Now, does that affect anything in the ordinance?
Yeah,
That we're aware of, that we would do?
the ordinance where this council was actually formed after the last election, it said that the meetings will be at 6 o'clock. And that, that is an ordinance.
Okay.
So you'd have to follow ordinance procedures to change that. And technically, you can't just change a word or two in an ordinance, you have to actually, you have to properly amend it. So I don't, I think it would be best not to pass a resolution to have Lewis or I draw up an ordinance amending the current ordinance so we can change that time if that's what y'all want to do. Just so we don't get any.
Then when we bring it up at the next meeting, we can suspend the rules and actually vote on it at that meeting.
Yes, sir.
At the next meeting, we could suspend it. So, now do we need a motion to allow y'all to move forward with that, or just be a request? We're just gonna request that you change the ordinance, bring it back to us, and then at that time, we will, vote as we need to make a change.
And I'll double check to make sure not anything else in the code of ordinances. No. We'll just present it. If they want to, they'll adopt it next meeting.
Well, actually, we had put on here that this would be an open discussion, and so, it looks like with the correct ordinance that we could move forward in 2 weeks with this.
Yes, sir.
I'll turn it over to our attorney. There was 2 claims.
The first one is by Miss Christina Warner, W-A-N-N-E-R. She had some issues with the sewer lid in her car on 431, which is a state highway. So I'm not real sure if we're the proper person this is addressed to anyway. But she has made her claim in accordance with the statute and the ordinance. Also, she'd asked for money that's already been paid to her by State Farm. There's a whole bunch of legal stuff involved in this particular claim. My recommendation, this claim as is be denied, and it be presented to the insurance company for them to consider and handle all that kind of stuff. And, whatever, they'll do a full investigation in terms of whether or not there's liability that the city needs to pay. It could be a state matter, I don't know.
What is she claiming?
She's claiming another manhole cover
Oh,
popped up and hit her, was laid loose in the road and hit her car. This is actually on 431, which is a state
state
highway.
road, yeah.
So instead of me getting into all that, we got an insurance company that'll do it for us.
Right.
I make a motion that this time we deny this claim and turn it over, let the insurance company make a decision.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to deny the claim for Miss Christina Warner, if I'm pronouncing that correct. All in favor of denying this claim, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? If you would, Mr. Attorney, move forward with a claim from Pamela Holloway.
Okay. Ms. Holloway is a little different situation. She claimed that the limbs fell from a tree located on city property, not right away, city property, onto a shed, a pool, and I think she's also claiming about mold caused by shade from the tree. Some of it was a little unclear to me. The amount of the claim, though, is substantial, and again, I think this is the one that the insurance company should take a look at. It's much higher than I would ordinarily see for this kind of thing.
Is this the amount involved,
Yes, like $8,000, $9,000.
$8,875?
Yes. So there's some claims for damages to equipment inside the shed, claim to shed, claim to swim pool, claim to garden furniture, a lot of different things. And again, I think the insurance company is better equipped to investigate that and see whether we have any liability.
This the, community house property?
Yes, the old cemetery back there, there's a cemetery behind there. A lot of people don't realize it. The old First Baptist Cemetery and Old City Cemetery is actually behind there. And these big trees have grown up in that cemetery. generally the law is that the landlord is not responsible for trees falling.
That's the act of God.
Yeah, or something, yeah, that's the theory. And there are certain circumstances it could possibly apply, but they are very thin and not very often applied. You don't see very many court cases on trees on boundary lines, because it's one of those places they just won't leave the law kind of unsettled. But there are some circumstances where insurance companies will deem it's proper to pay the claim. So I would advise that we get that to them, let them make that determination, and if necessary, process the claim.
So you heard the recommendation to deny the claim, turn it over to the insurance agency, and let them follow the course of action. We have a motion to that effect. We have a motion to deny the claim at this time and turn it over to the insurance company.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? If you would, deny both of those and turn them over to the proper insurance agency. Okay?
Take care of that, thank you, Ron. The next order of business would be for each one of the council members, if they have anything that they'd like to bring up at this time. We begin on the end with Councilmember McCurdy. Councilmember Thomas.
Yes, I do. Actually, Mayor, last week we done the pledge of allegiance, which was appropriate for our veterans. I feel that we need to, I need to request or recommend that we do this on a permanent basis, because we have a lot of veterans here in our city, and along with other state agencies, they do the pledge of allegiance before they leave. So I would like to see us add that in on our agenda, pledge of allegiance, before our invocation of prayer at each meeting.
Do the pledge and the invocation.
Right. The county is already doing it, and several other different agencies are also doing it. So I think it would just be appropriate and respectful of our veterans, the one that served.
I think that's also part of the initial ordinance. When we set this up, we set the general agenda. If the council so desires, we can add that in the ordinance, or do two different versions, however you want, the amendment, if that's something the council is interested in doing. Again, I think it's going to be an ordinance issue. I don't have that ordinance in front of me to say for sure, but I'm almost positive it's in there.
Would you like, this didn't require a vote, but would you look into the agenda schedule the way the ordinance is? Take a look and see if that can be added. If it can be and it falls within the guidelines of the ordinance, we could suspend the rules the same as we may do for the previous vote. Is that fine?
That's right. Thank you.
Yes, I got a couple of things. First thing is, we've seen several complaints about the sidewalk right here in front of Brown Service Center and the post, well, going toward the post office, being blocked by vehicles. People having to walk into the road to get around those vehicles. I'd like to see maybe somebody contact him and see about clearing those vehicles off the sidewalk, so nobody get hit by a vehicle walking into the street.
Is that from the post office?
I mean, that's from LaFayette Street all the way down. You can't, it's not clear. You have to walk into the street.
If you look, you can see where the concrete's laid different where the sidewalk is. The rest of the concrete's laid north-south.
Okay, I'm just, for clarification, all the way up, not
All the way to the red
Yeah, and vehicles been parked there too. When people come up to that traffic light, they can't see traffic coming down LaFayette Street. If you want to make a right on red, or just when the light change, you don't know whether or not to go, because people run that traffic light so much out there. And my second thing is, ask Lewis to check on our policy regarding city employees smoking in city vehicles. And he's going to check on that to get back with him on that. But I don't think it's a good thing. If I'm not mistaken, I think we do have a policy regarding that. If not, we need to get one. I don't think it's safe, sanitary, employees to be smoking in the city vehicles. That's all I have.
Okay. Councilmember Williams.
I do. I want to refresh on a subject that I talked about at our last council meeting, and it's about cold weather and people not having anywhere to go. I'm trying to find out if we found somewhere. I don't know whether we have some homeless people here. Sure we do. But do we have a place for people to go? It's cold outside. It's cold tonight. If we have somebody homeless, where would they go? In this city.
I'm not aware of a specific designated place.
Yeah, I'm not aware of one. The issue of the homeless shelter is being able to have one staffed. You have to be, and I'm not sure if it's regulated by the state as well.
What homeless shelter?
That's what I'm saying, if we were to start one or find.
No, I'm not asking for a homeless shelter. I'm just asking, is there anywhere in the city, a building, or anywhere that we can get somebody out the cold, if they're cold? Because you don't know if people are homeless. We don't know. I've had to deal with a couple people that were homeless, and I called Diane, and she had no idea. So, I had to just figure it out for myself. This lady had children. So I'm concerned, everybody not gonna tell you they don't have anywhere to sleep. But it makes you wonder, when we go to bed at night, we're warm. Everybody's not warm and comfortable at night when they go to bed. Somebody may be cold. And if there's somebody that we can keep from freezing to death, I certainly would want to be a part of keeping them alive and keeping them warm. It's cold outside. It's raining and it's wet. And my heart goes out to whoever may be out there with nowhere to go. A lot of people run up to the store, but they can't stay in the store all night. So, is there anywhere, I'm pleading with this council to maybe just try to work together to find at least a building when it's really, really cold outside that somebody might could go in. It doesn't have to be anything in there but a cart and a blanket to lay on. But it's cold out there tonight. And we're gonna have some more cold nights coming. So it's just something that I would like to see. We talk about a lot of stuff here, but we don't do a whole lot of talking. We don't make a whole lot of actions. We do a whole lot of talking. I wanna see some action. I really wanna see us do something. And this is not my first time bringing it up. I brought it up at the last council meeting, and I brought it up before. And I'm gonna keep bringing it up, because it's just something we need to do as a city. We do everything else we want to do. Somebody out there may be cold.
Can I suggest maybe contacting Salvation Army, see if they maybe look at starting something here in the city?
Yeah.
There are a lot of organizations already in place that we could partner with, so maybe somebody like them will, that'd be a good start, something.
Attorney, maybe you could perhaps reach out to someone at DHR and see do they have any contacts or any kind of references where we could start at that point, try to get something.
Who's the current adult protective services?
I don't know, but their thing is elderly and children. They're gonna find somewhere for them. But if you just got Joe Blow out here, he ain't not changed.
I mean, but they may
They
not.
might know some
Yeah, they might know some contacts.
Because they may get referrals.
Right.
Yeah, they might, but we just need to find
I
something.
just don't know who's in charge of adult protective services since Nathan retired.
I don't know either, but you can always get, you can call Julianne,
And
she
she
can
probably
tell.
went in and see what.
I'll try to get some time.
And I will check on my end with my contacts and see, but,
Usually it takes a joint effort.
it does,
With charities and.
right. I'll look, but, it's just heartbreaking when you have somebody with some children, they don't have anywhere to sleep. So, that's all I have, Mayor.
All right, thank you. I'm not aware of, like you said, it was a specific building. If anybody on the council or anyone involved who works for the city can think of something. The only thing that I'm aware of, I know that there's some different local agencies that do assist some, but I know that some of the churches have some who are needy that don't have a meal or don't have something to eat, so I don't know what they're doing, and I don't know if they're giving, in some cases, enough money for overnight, or maybe for a one-time stay, but what you're mentioning would be something of a more ongoing, permanent outlet. So if anyone thinks of something, please bring it back.
And I'm just saying, can we open up a building that will be warm? We can ask people to donate pillows and sheets or whatever. We got a community house sitting right there. I just think we can do this as a city. We
I'll
can
make a motion
find
that Councilor
somewhere.
Williams oversee that.
I will,
Okay.
and I want you to help me. Okay,
I'll do some basic research on
Okay.
regulations and liability issues. Your Honor.
okay.
The biggest thing is the liability, just from the fact if you had more than one staying there and something happened and we provided it. So I think that's where you get back to the point of having someone available, but let's open the book, let's explore anything we have.
Okay.
Excuse me, Ms. Diane, how much are the bills?
Well, Councilman Ellis made a motion to appoint.
He's just being
No, no,
Oh,
no,
it's
no,
an
no, no, no.
I'm sorry.
Well, I think, what I'm saying, I think everybody though needs to,
We'll get together.
Yeah.
I think that
Look
motion
for
carried
everything.
for lack of a second.
It
I
did.
think.
And I'll reach out to some folks that I know.
Okay.
so the, audit account.
$388,722.59.
Motion, we have bills.
Did you get that in 2 seconds? We have a motion and a second to pay our bills. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, and our bills will be paid. Ms. Louise, we have, you with us? If you come up and address the council, there's 2 resolutions, that are 1001 and 1002. Beginning with 1001 is the letter of conditional commitment. Would be for a grant administrator. Just if there's anything you'd like
Yeah.
to.
I think these are in regard to we are doing the thing, we've got this grant, but we got a letter of conditional commitment, which is standard, which says, do all of these things, including an environmental assessment, procure your professional services, et cetera, and do a lot of other things, and the mayor has to sign, a lot of places. And we send all that back in, and they'll send you a grant agreement. But we have been selected, and we are good. So, last year, in the summer, y'all may not remember, but last year, ADECA changed the rules on us on procurement of professional services. They said if someone helps with the grant application, engineer, a grant writer, they cannot participate financially later when the grant is funded. Which seemed a little off, but nevertheless, they went with that last year, and they asked us the way to properly proceed was to do your procurement before you did the grant application. So you procured the services of a grant writer and an engineer. We put ads in the paper, sent it out to firms, did the standard procurement thing. And then, so that allowed whoever worked on the grant application could also work in the administration of the grant or and y'all selected LP Campbell Company, me, and y'all selected Harmon Engineering by council resolution last summer. And that, RFP for both of those services was good until September 2019. So we wouldn't have to go all the way around the bend again, procuring professional services. It is my understanding that ADECA has now changed their mind about that. But, you know, about doing it beforehand, although there's nothing wrong with doing it beforehand. But I am going to the compliance workshop tomorrow, and I will get an answer to that. But we have done it properly. We have procured it properly. Y'all selected the people, and now it's time to award the contracts. So when you selected LP Campbell Company, my fee was in there. When you selected Harmon Engineering, his fee wasn't in there because they cannot respond to a request, not Harmon, but all engineers in the world cannot respond with a cost factor. So you have to negotiate the cost after, you know, they've been selected. So that's what we've done. And he's with, Harmon is within the ADECA requirements for engineering, and LP Campbell Company is way below required engineering, administrative fees. So, but that's two. One is mine at $20,000. His, and it should be, I've corrected it twice, but his should be $63,523.
Who is that, Harmon?
And that's engineering, design, engineering, doing construction, and inspection. The whole 9 yards. Both of these costs are paid out of the grant, and the local share be committed to it. In other words, the whole total project, the 450, I think, I'm remembering the match is around 150, that don't hold him to that, but it's about $600,000.
It goes somewhere, I've only heard it's 600.
It's about a $600,000 project. So, but our fees are included in that $600,000. So, and this is only, the procurement we did is only for the community development block grant, you know, and that's the only thing that is being covered there. But award of this contract will get Harmon drawing the plans, and we can complete all those letter of conditional commitment items and get going. So, there you go.
So there's two resolutions. First is a letter of conditional commitment to the grant administrator, and then there's a letter of conditional commitment, Area Q Engineering Services. So there's two separate.
There's two separate services, two separate. Just want to double check, did the one you give them say $63,523?
Yeah.
Okay.
63,000.
Perfect. Yeah, I think I made a dollar error in that, in the first one, I had to interrupt Lewis, so that's it.
I do have a question. You said we voted on, we passed a resolution on this this past summer. I'm having a problem remembering what I did last week. So, do you have a copy of that resolution?
Diane, do you have it? I sent all that to Lewis, and I should have printed it, but you did.
Because you said something expired in September. That original agreement,
Yeah,
Which would be next year.
we sent out, see, we didn't know if we'd get it this year. So we wanted to give us 2 rounds to go, you know, so that's what we did. But we got it, and so you did make, I don't remember the month even, I sent both of those resolutions to Lewis a few weeks ago before y'all were gonna vote, so that he could remind you that, and I should have printed them off again. But you had really made the selection before this meeting.
So what do you need in there?
We
need
just
to
need approval
vote
of
on
both of
these
those
resolutions.
we need both those resolutions so we can go work.
And then that moves the grant into action,
Yeah,
actually working on it.
I expect we will have the grant. The environmental is gonna take, you have to run ads and have notices, and we are running in a little bit of a floodplain down there on Second Avenue. So that's gonna require another notice, and, you know, I would, this is December, by the end, we all had all that back into ADECA by the end of January. You know, and all the comment periods would be done, and, you know, we'd be ready to bid maybe first week in February. We'll have our grant agreement. You have to do your environmental and get that released from ADECA too, so, it's a lot of paperwork.
And you are going tomorrow, correct? Representatives from
I'm representing
everyone,
you tomorrow.
everyone who received the grant is asked to come.
Right. And I know y'all are starting, you know, Louis couldn't go because he has to be here to, election
Okay?
registration, so I'll be there.
I make a motion that we, accept resolution number 2018-12-10-01 for $20,000.
We have a motion for a resolution ending in 10-01. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and 2 seconds. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We have a resolution 2018-12-10-02 to consider.
Make a motion, we approve that motion. I mean, that resolution.
We have a motion and a second to approve the resolution ending in 10-02. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We have a resolution number 2018-12-10-03. We can take this separate or we can take it together. And let me explain why I would say consider it together. Our election manager appointment, our election manager in the past has been Louis Davidson. Our absentee election manager has also been Louis Davidson, and which these two could be considered separate or could be considered together if someone would like to appoint him in those two capacities.
So moved for both, capacities.
Second for both capacities.
We have a motion and a second to approve Louis Davidson for both capacities. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Mr. Attorney, could you give us a reason to go into executive session?
Yes, we need executive.
Before you go into executive session, we have a memo in our packets about Christmas party. December the 15th at 5 at the Apple Building from fire department and the police department. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it's in there. Just want to remind y'all, see y'all there.
December 15th at 5 o'clock, all council members. Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry.
You fine?
Yes, we need to go into executive session to discuss a matter of pending or anticipated litigation.
Motion to go into executive session.
Second.
Roll call.
Ms. Banks?
Councilmember McCurdy, Councilmember,
Thomas.
Yes.
I heard somebody talking over there.
Get your crayons out.
Yes.
Councilmember, Evans,
Yes.
Councilmember Lee.
Yes.
Mayor Moody.
Yes.
At this time, I'm going to have to ask everybody to leave the room. Nobody's allowed to be here except for 2 people that are needed to help us with this.